Hey guys, I'm Justin, aka Justinormous. I'm an FPV pilot slash van lifer, and I'm traveling around the country to find cool stuff to fly and places to see. As of recently, I've been releasing videos with cinematic style flying, not really flipping or doing any kind of flippy floppy trick stuff. And I've been really missing FPV Freestyle. Now, the problem is, when I lived in Texas and I departed on my journey on the road, moving into this van, and when I started traveling, I have a storage unit, and I had two boxes. I had one that was full of my FPV stuff, and I had another box that was full of like random stuff. Well, I switched up those boxes, and like halfway across the country, I realized I didn't have any of my quads with me. I didn't have a single drone with me. I had like my FPV backpack that had my controller and had my FPV goggles and stuff, but I didn't have any of my quads. Well, that's not true. I had one quad. It's not a freestyle quad. That's what I'll say. And yeah, so I've been wanting to fly freestyle, and I only have this guy, which I don't want to flip and risk breaking an arm or anything. I have no spare parts for this thing. So instead of just doing only cinematic style videos, I thought it would be kind of fun to bust out the simulator this time. I have my DJI FPV controller 2 or whatever they call it, and I'm going to plug this into my laptop. I just got a MacBook Air. I'm going to plug this into my laptop, and I'm going to play Liftoff for a little bit. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the different simulators, I actually have a video that I made over a year ago kind of reviewing the different simulators. The one that I like the best is Liftoff. I just think it has the best variety, and the physics are pretty close to real, so that's the one I'm going to be flying. If you're new to FPV and you want to start learning how to fly, the best way to learn to fly is to get one of these controllers, maybe a DJI one. You could get the first DJI controller, or you can get like a Taranis QX7, TBS Tango 2. Almost any of these FPV controllers are going to work as long as they have a USB connection and they support like a PC controller mode, but most of them do. I'd be really shocked to find that any of them don't at this point. Really what you need is you need a controller that on the right side, it is like springy in the center, and then the left side is not springy on the throttle, but it's springy. I don't know how do I put this? The yaw is springy, the throttle is not springy. I don't know what this configuration is called. Was this configuration 2? I don't know. I don't know anything about FPV. I just fly the shit, okay? So you just want to get a controller, and you plug it into your computer, and it should get recognized, and then you can use it like you're flying a real quad. Now, when I first flew FPV, I was actually shocked at how similar it was to the simulator. It's really close. It's not going to feel exactly the same, but then again, if you fly two different quadcopters, they're going to feel a little different too, depending on their tune and the rates you have set up and all that stuff. So, I mean, the simulator is so close. If you actually have a quad, you can tune the simulator to be really close to your quad. But anyways, I'm rambling. Let's just go ahead and I'm going to fire up the computer and let's get to flying. Whenever I'm playing Liftoff, I tend to just go to quick play. I don't really mess with any of the other modes. And then I usually just play Bando City. Start with that one, and I'll do a couple of them. You have to excuse the quality. I'm using like the lowest settings just because I'm just running this on a MacBook Air, so I can't really run much. I mean, it's not a gaming machine, so let's just get into this. Oh yeah, do a little wall ride thing. You know, I don't know if this is a problem or not, but one thing I love doing when I'm flying, whether it's in real life or it's in the simulator, is I love staying as close to the ground as possible. I just think it looks the coolest. Like, when you get the footage back and you're just like riding like super close to the ground like this, it's just so cool. Do a little juicy flick. Yeah, that's a cool trick. I still got it, man. Yeah, I haven't flown real freestyle in over a year. It's kind of a bummer, actually. You know, the thing about freestyle is, I can't lie, destroying quads constantly does get to be a little bit monotonous. Gets to be kind of, I don't know. Gets to be a bit repetitive when you're constantly destroying quads. And you have to repair them, and smash cameras, and smash ND filters, and smash GoPros. Woo! Big loop. Check this out. Y'all know this one. Oh, almost lost it. I'm still not great at this trick. This is a trippy spin, I believe, coined by Ladrib. That's a fun trick. Ooh, hit a pole. Now that's the cool thing about flying the simulator is you get to fly around and you get no consequences. Like the first thing I do when I play this game is I turn on God mode. I destroy enough quads in real life. I don't need to be bothered every time I ding a lamppost or something. So now for those of you that are just getting into FPV, one thing I really would urge you guys to practice is get your hover spot, like get the hover point set and just like try flying around like this, like one-handed. I mean, obviously you can still use the other hand to kind of steer, but oh yeah, I'd really urge you to just kind of get an understanding of like where that hover point is and where you can kind of get away with just like letting go. And it kind of frees up your brain to start thinking about other things. I don't know, at least it helps me. I don't know if I'm really the guy to be giving tips on this, but I don't know, that helps me a lot. Another thing that helps me too is like realizing that the yaw, so like let's say I'm going down this road here, the yaw doesn't affect like where I'm going at all, right? Did you see that? So like let me do that one more time. Let me do this one more time. So like going down this road, I'm really close to the ground, right? Well, I can yaw and I don't gotta worry about hitting anything because like the yaw doesn't affect where I'm going actually. It's actually like the roll and the pitch that affect like where you're going. So you can mess with the yaw all day long. I mean, you could do yaw spin after yaw spin and it doesn't affect where you're going. I think that's just a really cool tip that many FPV pilots, I'm sure, figure out on their own, but that is just like, it's really freeing to know the things that you can do and, you know, not crash squad. So this is really the cool thing about flying the sim is you can fly around like a madman with no consequences. Of course, at a certain point, you do got to start practicing, like, what if I'm flying a real quad? You know, do I really want to fly through this building going 80 miles per hour? Not really. So you got to start to kind of think about how are you really going to fly in real life? Like, this is probably closer to what I'd really do, you know? Something else I'd really urge you to do when you're practicing the sim is, as much as you can, practice smooth flight. GoPros have gotten really good at stabilizing and making the end result look like professional and the sticks look super smooth, but I think it's a really good thing to practice, just smooth flight. I mean, if you can make it look smooth in Liftoff or whatever simulator you end up flying, you can make any GoPro look smooth. And then you add the stabilization to it, and then it's just gonna look so much better. A lot less weird vibration and jello. It just makes everything look so much cleaner. Oop, and bail. This is an awesome tip. Actually, I think I got this from Ladrib, but like, let's say you, let me try this again. Let's say you're gonna do a split S. I'm gonna try to purposely fail this one. I'm gonna do a split S. Oh, I'm not gonna clear it. You gotta learn to bail. And the easiest way to bail is like when you're going up over something and you're gonna come down on your props, just protect those props. Put the props back up in the air and throttle up. Let me do it one more time. Oh, I'm gonna hit. Oh, see how I did that? Just pull out of it, bail it. And sometimes you can make it look like a cool trick. You can tell I played this before. Oh, and there I go. No props were harmed in the making of this video. Yeah, I just really love playing the sim, man. Don't get me wrong, I love flying a real quad, but I don't have to worry about any Karens coming after me for flying in the park too close to their home, or I don't have to worry about the cops showing up saying that I'm in a no-fly zone or I'm in a restricted area. I can just fly and it's all good. All right, hopefully that didn't look too janky. Change the level. I'm gonna do, oh, I haven't done the woodpecker. I don't even know if this will run on this computer, to be honest, but let's give it a shot. Let's see how it does. It's doing okay. There's an awesome video on Rotor Riot where they went to this in real life. It's actually a place in Russia, I believe, and they have these big radio towers, and it's like completely abandoned. And they went and flew it, and I believe it was Umagod. Yeah, Umagod did a dive down these. Oh man, I can't even do it. Let me see if I can. Let me do a dive here. Oh man, it's hard. All right, let's try that again. Let's do it like, stabilize it, boom. Ooh. Oh man. Yeah. Umagod did that in real life, and I'm sure a lot of the other guys did it too. I think Mr. Steele was there. A bunch of people. Oh, okay, I gotta stop hitting branches. This is ridiculous. If I was in a real quad, I'd have like 8 of them stuck in a tree right now. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Alright guys, that's the video. Hopefully you guys don't mind me just doing a little FPV simulator stuff this time. Just kind of a laid back video. Nothing super spectacular, but yeah, change it up every now and then, why not? If you got any enjoyment from this video, if you learned anything, if you just like hearing me ramble, give me a like, subscribe, and I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will definitely catch you in the next one. Later.